Now, let's go ahead and get started looking at some of these skins. And we're going to start with Zuko Susanoo.
Yes, oh my gosh. There we go.
All the card art is so good. So Anna, I know you took point on Zuko. So what was it like working on the collaboration and bringing Zuko to life in game?
Oh my gosh. So I am a huge Avatar fan. This is really a dream come true for me. I've been like a fan since it came out. I've watched it like 9 times, so it's crazy. I it was just nuts. So I was animation point on Zuko. The team did a really great job adapting Susanoo's animations.
How
to
do you
fit.
watch this show 9 times?
And, I don't even
Wow.
know. I don't have words to
It's so
describe.
good. And yep, there we go. We've got Pawn, our loyal driver in game. And Anna, I'll let you take it away as we go through the abilities.
Alright, so he's got
Just
the
kinda
fire
talk about
effects.
some
Let's
of
go.
the animation work that you guys put into the skin.
I really
Sure.
hope his second
So,
version doesn't have those.
Susanoo originally just has one sword, so something that we wanted to do was incorporate 2 swords.
The
for
3
Zuko,
years better be
since he
good.
does use the dual
Like a
swords.
fire projectile.
So I actually went in and updated an animation by our friend Jim, who's now on
Oh,
Paladins, and added
that is
that
cool.
second sword and the slash for the in-hands.
That is
And
sick.
it's
See that
very,
where it
very
splits
quick, but
open?
I believe it's also in his one. He also has it in a bunch of emotes as well.
Oh yeah, it's
But
2 blades as well.
Austin killed it with the effects for this. It's so cool.
Oh my god, okay.
The ult.
That is amazing.
Which I'm excited for that one too, since we updated the animation there.
Now there's some firebending.
That
Oh my
fire
god, this is
looks
so cool.
Yeah.
The double weapon animation.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. Ooh, every time
Oh
I see
my
it,
god.
I get so excited.
This is so well executed.
This is awesome.
This is
And I'm
amazing.
just waiting for Pawn to fire this ultimate ability. There we go.
Jesus. That is so cool.
So that we tried, especially on the animation team, and I think across the Avatar team in general, we tried to incorporate as much reference as we could from the actual show. So this was the ult is an animation that Zuko does when he fights Azula at the very end, and it was so cool to like frame by frame that animation.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I didn't look at him first.
I'm
sure,
so
and I
impressed
know-
with how much research the art team did. They, you know, a lot of people on the team were already big fans of the show, but many others who were just learning about it
Oh
got
yeah.
really well familiarized
that.
with the show. Oh, this special emote.
Yes. So Victoria, our animator, did this one. This is his VXG emote. It's 8 directional, so you can just fly around. With
The hands
your
look a bit
fire
weird, but-
daggers, super cool. That one was harder to think of what to do for Zuko since he doesn't do that in the show. But we figured, he eventually goes on to be such an experienced firebender. He more than likely learns how to do something like this. It was that was
for
really
sure.
fun to play with.
Yeah, and I know all the emotes are new. Apparently, all the victory and defeat screens are new for all of these skins. All of them have VXGs, and I believe all of them have specific death animations as well.
Honestly, for that dual
Tons
wield.
of work went into
The
it.
dual wield is so
I
sick
do
when he
wanna
gets the
preface
second
before
sword
we
out.
head into the voice pack lines that just tons of work that goes into these crossovers, especially for one that's of this magnitude, and tons of different difficulties that we went into working with Nickelodeon here. We weren't able to work with the original voice actors for Zuko and Aang. We were able to work with the original voice actor for Korra. But Nickelodeon was with us every step of the way. They helped us cast actors. They were there directing. So it was really awesome to have great partners in them in order to get these skins finished up and out to you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
I challenge you to an Agni Kai. Firebending in and of itself is not something to fear, but if you don't respect it, it'll chew you up and spit you out like an angry Komodo rhino.
Cool. So that wraps it up for Zuko Susanoo. And is there anything else that you wanted to show off? Because I know you put in a ton of work and you took point on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited for everybody to get in there and like.
Fix somebody's gonna make
emotes.
an angry post
His
about the
recall
voice
that
packs
Louis did
anyways,
is
but
amazing. The taunt emote that Tori did is fantastic.
Honestly-
just definitely just I hope you guys really enjoy. Like AJ said, we put a lot of research into the different things that we picked for. Like,
somebody pointed out that the
littlest
original
things,
voice
like
actors are also
abilities
too
as
old
well.
at this point, so
So definitely.
The taunts, claps, waves are all completely new too, right?
Yep, all of it is new for him. Yeah.
We honestly, these are so beyond tier 4, and we don't even, they weren't even really quite what we'd call a tier 5. We just started calling them God tier around the studio. That's what we call them. That's these are essentially brand new characters that happen to have the abilities of God.
What I thought was going to happen for Ruby.
Some of the craziest skins.
And this time they did it.
They look so cool. I can't wait to show off the next ones.
All right,
I'm glad
let's
they
move on
did.
to the next one. Korra Skadi, and I am super excited for this. I'm a big Korra fan. Oh, we've got Naga by her side as well. Got the card art. Naga, the trusty polar bear dog. This is super awesome.
I love how our artists were able to adapt to the show's style, and like, so these 2D illustrations, they're card arts. These are brand new illustrations by Hi-Res Studios, and these models, you know, our team working to reference them and making sure they look like the show, and they look straight out of the show. It's amazing.
Yeah, Casey.
Naga's so much
did
bigger
an
than
amazing
Skadi.
job on the characters in the card art, and then Anna, one of our other artists, did an amazing job. Both of them as a team. She did the backgrounds, and there's just so much detail, and it really does feel like they are from the show, which is really cool.
It's already a good joke in the Smite community that Calder almost feels like a god of his own. But when you see
Calder, I was gonna make that joke.
You're definitely gonna agree.
I was gonna say Calder is more of the god part, you know.
Into making sure Naga was able to fit onto this rig, but he's much bigger than Calder.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So,
Whoa,
Allie
what?
was our point on animation
What?
for Korra and Naga.
Wait, hold on. She
such an
swapped
amazing job.
elements.
So much went into, especially like the proportions for Naga. If you can see her legs, her front legs are so much bigger because she's a polar bear dog. She's not just a dog. So we had to go through and adjust all of her different animations to make sure that they fit the
it's water
original
basics.
Calder animations. As well as she does have some new animations too, which is really fun and exciting. For Korra herself,
we
actually worked a lot with this water rig that you can see she throws for her in hands, and it kind of, when she's running around, it appears in her idol, and when she jumps up and down. That was a really, really hard technical challenge for our team. It was a rig in itself, which we had to do a lot of back and forth with our rigging department. Shout outs to Lindsay and Pamela. They were so amazing to work with.
That's so funny.
And it's just like so much, it's such a silly thing, like a little water rig, but so much hard work went into making it look cool. And I love how
the old
in the in-hands, rather than Skadi throwing her spear like she does. Korra water bends that that water, which is just so cool.
And it's important to note that Korra is an avatar, so you know Zuko's moves were all fire themed, but specifically for the Korra skin, we specifically wanted to highlight bending of multiple elements throughout her kit. So you see her one projectile is a fire projectile, her basics and her 2 are water, her basics and her 3, I'm sorry, are water. It's a water pool, and her ultimate is a
I was wondering if that's
air
supposed to
swirling rocks
water
tornado. So you get all 4 elements in the Korra kit.
Yeah, for sure. I have a special request for Pawn after he does the VXG. I'd like to see the death animation for this skin because I heard about it. And
yeah, so that was Korra's. Oh no, there she goes.
Oh,
so
shout outs to
so
Zahir.
Yeah, I know. So again, we tried to take references as much as we can from the show, and not only are we huge Avatar: Last Airbender fans, we're huge Korra fans too. And I love Korra so much. Allie, again, she was point on Korra. She has so much passion and love for this show. And
imagine that walking down on your lane with that massive
part from the show is a little bit darker. You guys know Zahir is an airbender that gets really strong, and he actually causes Korra to have this kind of mental bending crisis. So her death animation represents that. Is a reference to that time where she kind of lost it all.
The Legend of Korra show is got some very emotional themes to it. I remember watching that. It's scary, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny too because when we were working on Korra, especially, a lot of folks were like, "Oh my gosh, that's so dark." And we're like,
yeah, right.
I mean, Korra's a little bit different
than the first show. Yeah.
All right, and as Pawn is jumping around, showing off that Team Avatar jump stamp, let's take a couple listens to the voice pack.
Oh, this is the Naga picture as well.
My mission will always be to use Rava's light spirit to guide the world toward peace and balance. Unless you want to be Naga's afternoon snack, you better back off.
That is Korra Skadi for you guys. Again, I'm super excited for this one, but we've got one more. The main attraction, as I would like to say, my favorite. I'm a Merlin main. And now we've got Aang Merlin coming to the battleground. And as we show the card art and the turnaround, and I'll kind of let you talk about what went into Aang, because apparently we started from scratch pretty much for this new skin.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, I still can't get over that Janet Varney's in our game, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
But yeah, so much went into Aang. We tried to use as much as we could for Zuko and Skadi, while also making sure it fit that they're characters from the show. But Aang, since he's such a different size than Merlin, we had to completely build him from the scratch up. He is definitely like AJ said, we were referring to him pretty much as God tier. All of his animations are new, and shout outs to Brock, who was animation point on Aang. He did such an amazing job, and definitely the passion from the entire team across the board, not just the animation team, really shows on so many of his animations. Again, please look for those little references we peppered in, because it's just, we had so much fun doing it.
It's crazy because they could have done it so easily with Ramen if they wanted to, but they did go the extra mile here.
Our animator Victoria, she's using that water rig I talked about. This is kind of one of the first water bending moves that Katara teaches Aang. She kind of took reference from that to put it in there.
This is so good. I cannot wait to see it in game.
Yes.
And all of these characters just have so much depth to them that we can't even show absolutely everything. When you start playing them for real, you'll get to feel it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure.
The audio is so cool.
Just touch upon, shoot some more basics, please.
So that's gonna be a win now? Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite things about Aang. I believe it was Sean, and I'm sorry if I got that mixed up on our animation team that did those, but they're honestly one of my favorite basic attack sets in our game. They just feel really fluid and they're fun to fire off. I don't know, I just really like those.
And so Aang fit Merlin well in our mind.
And the passive is the rock effect, like the amplifier.
Their combat and their magic.
See how some basic has like the rock effect.
So as an avatar, Aang has the mastery over multiple elements.
Oh my god.
So does Merlin. So here you'll see his arcane stance with the.
So he gets his rocks around him as well.
And the pull has been pivoted to air.
Passive.
The fire is fire, and ice is water, and earth is reflected in his passive stim, which can buff his own basic attacks. So you see all four.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
And you see that iconic pose on the stance change. That is
the
such amazing effects and animation treatment. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's so good.
Definitely.
And then Pon was kind of showing it off earlier, but on the fire
crazy.
stance 2, we actually completely changed the models for the dragons.
Yeah,
right
so...
there to. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, AJ. That's fine.
You know better about the show than I do in animation, but they are referencing the legendary fire-bending dragons. Essentially, in the Avatar universe, there is a creature that essentially bestowed each bending element to humans, and these are the referencing the fire dragons that helped establish all fire bending in that universe.
Yeah.
I love the blizzard effect so much, though.
That's
what I'm on.
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to say, like, John went above and beyond on those dragons. Like, that was something that kind of came in the last minute. And he was like, yeah, I can do it. And they look so cool.
Love this
the
VXG.
iconic air scooters, the VXG. Yeah. It's so good. Pon, can you hit us with the recall whenever you get a second?
Oh my god,
yes,
what?
Gotta have the glider. Gotta have the glider in there.
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, and he uses the staff as well when he jumps.
Request, the clap emote.
I was wondering if they're going to implement the staff at all.
I should have looked at the waves and claps and stuff for all of these ones.
Oh no, he doesn't have it.
Oh no, doesn't have it.
Oh.
He does the slash all emotes. You can't all emotes it? You can cheat that now. Does it work on them? Oh well.
Well,
okay.
That'll just be a fun surprise for you.
Yeah. But yeah, as you guys can see, a ton of work went into all the abilities, all the animations, like we said earlier. All the emotes are done. New victory, defeat screens, team put in so much work, and we're so excited to
So
have this.
cool. This is crazy good. I'm not even mad that the prestige
so
ones
yeah, let's go ahead and
keep
take
the
a
same
listen
stuff.
to the Aang Merlin voice pack.
Because that's what it seems to be.
Have you ever rode on the hopping llamas? Or surfed on a giant koi fish? What about the hog monkeys? Man, what do you do for fun around here? If you want to be a bender, you have to let go of fear.
That is the voice pack for Aang Merlin. And before we head on to talk about the prestige track, we do want to show off just a couple of the other cosmetics
could do the
that
taunt
you'll
emote.
get as a part of the battle pass. Looks like Pawn has already got some wards equipped and a global.
Wait, they are going to
emotes.
show us the prestige.
Of course, we had to
ones,
include your boy Appa into the game, so there'll be a ward skin for Appa and Naga, I believe, as well as a ton of other jump stamps and global emotes.
Appa.
There we go. He is there.
Spinning around.
I saw that one on Twitter.
And then we've got
And
the
I think
Rava and Vatu death mark from Korra.
But, oh.
Yes, it's so cool.
Alright, and I think the only other thing we haven't seen is the global emotes.
Oh, wow.
My cabbages. Shout outs
so
to
happy.
the unlucky cabbage vendor. There's
Oh my
apparently
god, the
gonna be some
effect,
additional
though.
audio for that global emote.
The way
It's
it
still
goes
being
up with the...
worked on in
Oh my god,
depth,
that's so
but
cool.
Tons of awesome content in this battle pass. Let's get right into the prestige track. So like I said earlier, the battle pass is going to have a premium track for 750 gems, and then once you complete the premium track, you unlock the prestige track for free. That way you can keep on grinding to unlock more rewards. And the first skin from the prestige track that we want to show off is Blue Spirit Susanoo.
I want to see if the animations are
Yeah, so
different.
cool.
If he doesn't have
So
the
again,
fire.
shout outs to Casey and Anna for doing this card art. Oh, it's actually my computer background right now because it's so cool. Everything that went into these is really fun.
There we go. And all the models for all these skins just look so clean. So that was
Awkward silence.
in your way as a part of the prestige track. And I know you were saying that this one almost didn't make the cut.
Yeah,
And you guys
we
pushed for
actually,
it.
we initially weren't gonna do another skin for Zuko, and a bunch of us on the team were like, hang on, we need the Blue Spirit in there because it's really, really cool. And plus, I think the cool thing about him is that if you're not an Avatar fan, it's still a really cool skin.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like a ninja with a cool mask on.
Especially because he keeps the animations
for
small.
those Avatar fans, like, sorry for the spoiler, but it is kind of a huge part of Zuko's character as well. And heck yeah, I'm so excited that we got him in the game.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next skin in the prestige track. It's Avatar Korra Skadi, and this is her once she embraces Rava and is in her Avatar state.
Yes, this is my
The picture
other
looks so cool.
wallpaper on my other monitor. I had to have two.
Cool.
So beautiful.
And just as a note here, so these prestige track skins are kind of like T2 versions of the base skins in the track. So no new additional effects or anything, but we've updated the models significantly.
That's fair. I mean, the
Yeah,
base
this
skins
is,
are amazing anyway. So.
Korra's like later in the show look, where she goes through that crisis I was talking about with Zahir, and then cuts her hair off and kind of finds herself again, and then just ends up becoming this ultimate powerful avatar. So we really wanted to show that off in the game. Plus, like, Rava just looks really cool, so that on Korra is just bonus. I know it only happens like briefly in the show, but we went with it.
I love the attention to detail the team gave towards the show. These small moments, these big moments, they're all represented here. The people, when we announced this, people were like, cabbages, we need the cabbages, like they thought we would never do it. Come on, we were way ahead of that. We had cabbages ready to go from day one. Come on.
Yes.
Gotta believe in
the
animation.
Well, the whole team. Yeah, the cabbage guy, actually, one of the card arts that Casey pitched had the cabbages guy, and Aang was just like flying through and knocking the cabbage guy back.
All right, let's move on to the last skin in the prestige track, Avatar Aang Merlin, and this is Aang in his avatar state towards the end of book 3, where he has his iconic fight with the Fire Lord.
One of my favorite moments from any TV show or movie or game ever was this fight. Oh my gosh.
So
I just love
epic.
how strong and powerful he looks. Oh, it's so good.
Definitely.
There we go.
There he is. So
And
a
as
cool
you can
thing about this skin.
Looks so cool.
I'm sorry, Isaiah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Anna.
Oh, I was gonna mention that scar on his back, because that's, you know, he gets hit with the lightning for the first time, and kind of like Korra, it knocks him out of commission. So John went in there, our modeler, and put that scar on his back, and also I don't know if you'll ever get to see it, but it is on his foot as well. We did pay close enough attention.
Yeah,
but
super
it's
awesome.
there.
All the attention to detail, that scar. When I first saw it, I was like, no, he's got the scar from his run-in with Azula. It's crazy.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Wow.
So that wraps it up for our Avatar Battle Pass section. Tons and tons of work went into these skins. There's tons
just
of
so
awesome
cool.
content. I want to pass it to Anna really quick because I know she has some people that she wants to shout out because this was a tremendous effort from multiple people on the team.
Yeah, so I've kind of peppered in a few names here and there, but this was one of the first times we had the opportunity to we've been calling it a strike team, have a smaller team of people kind of stepping up and becoming creative leads on a project, myself included, which, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna faint. I just want to make sure those people get credit where credit is due. So shout out to our art director and concept artist, Mark Ross. Austin was a producer with the help of our producer, Ashley. He also did all of the effects for all the skins and some of like the cosmetics for the global emotes and everything like that. Huge shout out to John for modeling. He, like I said before, he went above and beyond and did those dragons. And I love seeing Naga, and she just looks so perfect, just like Naga. Pamela and Lindsay from our rigging team were so wonderful to work with, especially for animation, back and forth with them a lot. Brock and Allie were points on Aang and Korra, and then I was point on Zuko. I'm not going to shout myself out because they deserve a lot more credit than I do. DJ, Jeff, Chris from our tech art team helped to, bring everything from everywhere
Oh my god.
together.
Look at the background, I didn't notice.
And then Casey and Anna C did the card arts. Beautiful. Noah, Andrea, and Chad did the audio. Jen she's our Smite marketing producer. She really had a huge hand in making sure that we could communicate with Nickelodeon, make sure everything was up to par with them, and then also like sending the little things that we've done to them and hearing their response was really exciting. Brett in the Alacrity team, Anna, Renee, Thomas, and Kalani did the 2D intro and the cinematic, and that was like, is that from the show? Trevor, the VP of Business Development. We would not have had this project without Trevor, so huge shout out to him. Tina did the writing and the voice acting. And then AJ, thank you so much for being the game design consultant. We needed your help on some of those moments for sure. And then Ben, our Smite art director, he was there the whole step of the way, making sure things would fit in our game as well. And then just a special thank you to the support of the leads and the managers and just the entire Titan Forge team. Everybody really came together to make sure that these skins were something that we were all really proud of and really were something that would represent the show as much as we love the show. We want it to be super cool in our game. So yeah, definitely.
Shout outs to the special Avatar Superfan Council, which we created amongst the studio.
Yes.
Even for people outside the Smite team, we created a special, a smaller strike team of people who are really into Avatar fandom to be our go-to point on asking questions, on helping us decide which characters to choose and how to make them fit into the kits. They were super helpful. Stephanie and Gabby from the video teams, especially. Thank you so much to them. And everyone else who just shared their voices and playtest the characters. And helped us iterate through this process. I went back and checked this because people were asking. The first email I have in my work email about this project started in last November, beginning of it. I've been working on these characters for 8 months. That's longer than we work on most gods. And it was a huge effort from the whole team. And so I'm just really happy with how it's turned out. It's really amazing. So thank you to all those people that have been animation just listed.
For sure. Shout outs to the entire team. Thank you so much to the community. Your excitement has been electric amongst the studio. We're excited that you're excited. Thanks so much for tuning in. That wraps it up for our update show. Thanks for hanging in there. I know it's been a long one, but we've still got Smite content coming up for you next. We've got Smite the Casters up next. Not Smite the Devs, Smite the Casters. Be on the lookout for PTS info, and be sure to keep it locked here on twitch.tv/SmiteGame. See you later.
Be on the lookout, they say, instead of telling us the time. Well, anyways, we're gonna head right over and do the patch notes review with all the numbers and everything else included. For now, thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, feel free to sub button and maybe the bell, so you get notified of future videos, because we're gonna have a lot of fun with all these changes and everything around it. With that, thanks for watching. ZiSotto out.